Brenda Lane used to have this kind of room. Brenda Lane. I don't like mine because I don't Get that guy. See one of ours. I get rid of it. I got it all. three. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Right.
I promise I'll give you chocolate.
I got one.
I was so disappointed.
How the concession's going?
And right here, if you want to put your names down, they're going to have everybody do a little bit. All this writing. Do we do it? Oh, there he is.
She was sitting off the bathroom and went around and do what she wanted. He ran away. No, we didn't. Get in this video here.
Still fits, little tight.
Yeah, you want it.
Who am I, Bobby girl? Who am I?
I've never seen you. Yeah.
Make him cry. I left my key back.
Barely.
Right there?
There he is. With his jacket on. Look, Bobby.
Wow, hey, man. How are you doing? Boy, it's been a long time, man. Candy store. Hey, you remember that? The candy store is heavy. Last time I saw you, we were dancing out there on the candy.
Oh, no. Yeah.
We got the road.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Multicolored dance. We're right there cutting the road. Well, that's been. That's how far I got married, so that must have been 19 years ago.
Got married a year ago.
You did.
I just wanted to thank everybody. I also wanted to thank Rogers and Roland, the company that we got to help us with this. And Brenda said that I had to tell the story of why we had to get a company to help us with this. It's because that 4 years ago, Brenda Fowler and myself and Betty and Warren and Janice Hatcher all got together over at the Ramada Renaissance at the airport to meet, to plan getting a reunion started. We met for the 20th, we were a year late, so we were going to call it 20-something. We were just going to have a drink and plan a reunion. Well, we had a drink and then another drink. We never got anywhere with the reunion. We had a really good time that night, I remember that. So when March came around this year, I said, it's time for a 25 year. And if we plan to get together again, we're going to sit around and have some drinks and talk about good times and never get a reunion plan. So I saw a number of a company that does this for a business. They also plan conferences. And I called them, and that's how we got started with Rogers and Roland. And because I don't have the time to do it, and I figured everybody else didn't have the time to do it, so we let them do the majority. But I would like to thank Janice Hatcher, Brenda Bauer, Danny Williams, and Betty and Warren. We've been calling people as much as we can the last couple of weeks. Oh yes, who's going to pay for the long distance phone calls? I forgot about that one. I'll just forward those to your address. And also, did everybody put their name in the fishbowl? Because we're going to draw for door prizes a little later. We're going to do some categories, which will be interesting, I hope. And then we didn't want every door prize we have left. We'll just draw names. I want Danny Williams, I know you all remember Danny, hasn't changed a bit, to introduce some of our special guests, some of the faculty that was able to come tonight. We wish we could have had more, but we're so glad that they came, and I'll get Danny to introduce them for us.
We tried to contact as many of the faculty as we could. Not a lot of them responded. We couldn't find a lot of them, but we did have some luck, and we have a few of them here tonight. The ones that are here, I know had a lot of influence on all those. I know particularly they had a lot of influence on me in my life. One in particular, especially the bald head. I'd like to introduce him right now. Stand up, Coach. Coach Kell. And two more of the coaches. We got Ray Knight and Louis Olson.
I got a couple of stories I want to tell you. I'm looking for a guy. What's that guy's name, Danny? Kim Doctor. Is he here?
He's supposed to be. Did he ever show up?
You know why he's not here? He made derogatory remarks about me just recently. Somebody, Danny told Doctor I was going to be here. And Doctor said, you mean that child abuser's going to come? So if I abused any of y'all, want to apologize now because I'm getting old and I can't handle myself like I used to. Didn't mean any harm by it. Hopefully it was for your benefit. I was going to bring Chip over to George with me, my son, who is your age, of course. And incidentally, I was your age when I was coaching at George. I was the age, if you are now. Yes, you're 43, most of you. Anyway, I told Chip, I said, what do you think about going to George, Daddy? He said, how you treat your players? I said, I treat them just like I treat you. He said, I ain't going over there. Bobby Orr. I want to tell you one story about Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr was playing basketball on my B-team basketball team one time. And I looked at him and I told Bobby, I said, if you give that guy the baseline and he scores one more time, you might as well hang it up, buddy, because you're finished. And sure enough, about 2 plays later, the guy threw the baseline on Bobby and popped in 2 points. And I was pitching my usual field, of course. And I looked out there and I didn't have but 4 people in the basketball game. Somebody said, I said to the kids, I said, where's Ori? So he left, Coach. He said, you told him if you leave. I go in the dressing room and there's Ori getting dressed. I said, what in the hell are you doing? He said, you told me if I let that guy have the baseline one more time, I might as well hang it up. And I said, boy, I'll tell you what, you got 1 minute to get back out there. But anyway, it's great to be here. It's terrific to see all of you, especially the Ray Knight I haven't seen so long, and Louis I see occasionally. But it's good to see all of you. You've all done well. I'm real proud of you. I've never seen so many pretty women. If you have another one, one more Miss Stalin instead of Miss Stalin. I want to tell you right now that what she told about me is not true. She told somebody I was dead. Now, if that had been my wife, I could understand. But how Stoics can think I'm dead is beyond me, because if you look, I'm pretty much alive. Thank you.
We've had a lot of fun doing this, and we've had lots of fun calling all of you people, and we were real pleased with the turnout. For those of you who did not make it last night or this afternoon, you missed a really good time, and I hope, even if you're not staying at the hotel, that you'll stay around later, and that you all brought your bathing suits, because about midnight we all hit the hot tub right outside, and it's wonderful. Danny Williams does do backflips. He went from the hot tub and had a few drinks, Coke, fell over backwards on his head,
Now, wait a minute.
and his feet were in the air. And he asked Bud how he knew that his head hit, and he said, because your feet were frozen. So come join us. If you have not signed in, the directory that you're going to get does not have everybody's phone number in it. Rogers and Roland, because of some legal problems, could not allow that to be put in print. So if you would like a copy of everybody's telephone number, be sure that you signed in tonight. If you don't want your telephone number given out, you better go out there and erase it, because we're going to publish it. Be sure that you've signed up for the door prizes.
And if you should move or change jobs, please call somebody on the list and let them know where you're moving to, our current phone number and address, so we can keep in contact. Who knows, we might make this an annual event. We're on Hasselball. So please keep in contact with somebody. I know I've had the same number for God 10 years, so I know I'm not going anywhere. Just call me or Brenda or somebody, let us know your new number so we can keep in touch.
We're just going to do some different things, do some door prizes and have some other people stand and do some things. Some of you, we didn't get the printed copy until today either, like you did, because they didn't finish putting it together until yesterday, because they were still having people registered that late. So some of the things, we don't have everybody's name for, so we'll ask you to stand. But the first thing we want to do is, for the following people, just to stand up. Diane, you're already up. Danny Williams. J.D. Ray. David Gibson. John Johnson, here. Kathy Stallings. Rusty Steele. We want to know if you know what these people have in common. Very good. Does anybody else work for the airline? We start out for an airline. Ann? Oh, Ann, how are you, Ann? Ann Williams. Stand up. Anybody else? We were looking at professions, and it just seemed to be overwhelming that so many of you all are employed by the airline. Would you stand up? Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to ask these three people to stand up, and we can try and guess what they have in common. Dave Norman, Bud Glee, Preston Glee, excuse me, or Rosebud, as I used to call it, and Thomas Bird. Where's Tom? All right, does anybody know what these three people have in common? What, David?
We're all old and gray-headed.
What's that? The first three people who've been in their check for the return.
I think their wives get credit.
Their wives like to go blind, take a blind ticket too. Have you noticed how when you turn 40, everybody went blind? Did everybody go blind? I mean, I was 40, and 3 months later, I went blind. My arm kept going further and further. My daughter said, "Why do you keep holding your arm out like this when you're ready?" Danny has to put his glasses on so he can hear good. It's really pitiful. Really pitiful.
Okay, well, Al Bemker. Stand up. Roy Collins. Doug Huttard. Between the three of these people, they have 31 siblings. Roy has 11 in his family, 10 brothers and sisters. Al has 9 brothers and sisters, and Doug has 9 brothers and sisters. I think that deserves a round of applause.
Nancy Hughes. Oh, Nancy. Stand up, Nancy Hughes. Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr standing up. Bobby Orr, see, standing up in the back. Linda McElroy. Would you stand up, please? Now, what in the world do these 3 people have in common? Can anybody guess?
Cleveland Avenue, Alabama area.
No guesses?
No.
Are they related in some way?
These are the last 3 people.
Now, this is one that we don't know the answer to, so you're going to have to volunteer the information. Those of you guys who are standing up in the background might want to sit down on this one unless it falls in your category.
Jack Stevens is backing against the wall. Would you sit there?
I see Doug backing up, and I see Bobby and Bobby. Nikki sat down.
The spouses and the family to worry about.
We want the classmate who has the most biological children to stand up. So we're going to start with 3. If you have 3 children,
That we know about?
that you know about. Now this is not stepchildren, these are biological children. So if you have 3, stand up. At least 3. If you have at least 3, stand up. Okay. Did you forget that?
Let's see here what,
I'm trying.
Okay, if you have 4, remain standing.
so you narrowed it down to 3. Or unless the men standing in the back.
If you have
They're still trying to say.
5, remain standing. All 3 of you have 4. Okay, wonderful.
I have a granddaughter.
Okay, we want Mary Louise Priggett to stand up. Janice Hatcher. Dolores Campbell. There might be more that we do not know of, but we know about these. Does anybody know what these 3 young ladies have in common? Grandmothers. Oh, now, you remember your grandmothers looking like this when you were growing up. I think these grandmothers deserve a special prize. Granny Janice, Grandma Mary Louise, Grandma Dolores. Are there any more grandparents that we don't know about? That includes you guys. In case there was some.
Told me.
Oh, you hadn't told you about it yet?
Anybody else? That's a grandmother.
That's all that we know of.
We want to present a special door prize for those people who travel the furthest to be here. And we know several people who came in from out of state and traveled quite a long way. So if you came in from out of town at all, and that means not metropolitan Atlanta, but out of town.
South Georgia.
Newman doesn't count. Fayetteville people, sit down.
Big chicken people know.
No, okay. We have to tell you some stories about getting some people here.
Brandon?
Today. Yay, Bobby. Love you. Bobby told me, he said, I can't come because I'm on a vacation. And I said, that's not an excuse. I am too. I'm coming back. He said, yeah, but yours ended. He said, I'm in the middle of mine. So we called Bobby and harassed him for probably 4 or 5 nights at 10, 11, 12 o'clock. We're glad you're here, Bobby.
We also threatened him and we told him that we did remember that we would make up in hell on, so he came up.
We have a door prize for the people who travel the furthest, and we could not decide whether El Paso or Kansas was further, and you geography people don't need to tell me that I know I should know that, but I don't. So we have a door prize for Doug Cotard and Kenneth from El Paso, and Mike Baldestero who came from Kansas. We also have door prizes for those classmates, and this has to be a classmate, both male and female, who have the youngest child. How old is your child, David? 11 months. Okay, and Diane, how old is your daughter?
She's 3, and I want to know exactly how long can I use her as an excuse for these last 20 pounds.
That's old.
Shut up, Michael.
3 years ago. That was
Shut
over.
up, Michael. We want everyone in this class that has been married to the same person. This doesn't mean combined years or combined spouses, totaling. We need married to the same person or at least 15 years to stand up. This is fantastic. Is there anybody who's been married longer than 17 years? The others sit down. If you've been married at least 17 years, remain standing. That's the basic difference. No, forget it. How about 18 years? If you haven't been married 18 years, have a seat. 19 years. If you haven't been married 19 years, have a seat. 20? 21? Same spouse. 22? 23? How many do you have standing left here? Linda Mary? Linda Doolin? I'm sorry, Doolin. We call you Doolin anymore? Okay. All right, what, 24 years? Nancy Hughes, you still standing there? Been married 24 years. All right, we need 25 years.
Thomas is still up there.
Thomas Bird's still up in the back too. All right, well then we're gonna have to do a date. Nancy, what is your anniversary date?
December 17th.
June 16th of 66? June 16th. Linda?
December 22nd.
December 22nd. Thomas? What was yours? December 7th. Nancy, you? Why don't you stand up, let your spouse stand up? You guys have been married that long. Big hand.
If you have married a member of our class and are still married to a person in our class, stand up. I think there is. Anybody else? Okay, one more thing. For those of you who are staying, and if you're not staying and would like to come back, we're going to all have breakfast together tomorrow morning at 8:30. And if you would like to do that, if you will sign up outside on the table so we can make reservations and the whole group can put together, do that before you leave. Want to remind you again about the hot tub. Really a lot of fun. And I'm supposed to also announce that there was a golf tournament today. Several people were several people were dumb enough to get up at 7 o'clock. Now they got up at 6, I guess, but they teed off at 7. 5:30 to do this, okay. And I don't exactly know what this means, but I'm sure you will. The closest to the pin number 8 on Lakemont was Tom Bird and Doug Hotard. Stand up. And the long drive on number 7 at Stonemont was Tom Bird.
Just some interesting little tidbits, since this is the 25th reunion. The world is a little bit different place than it was 25 years ago. And we have a little pamphlet here that describes some of the differences. And I guess we can put this on the board when we're through. But just to highlight a few things that are different now than it was June the 2nd, 1966, the day we graduated from high school. The News and Review. Surveyor 1 makes the first U.S. soft landing on the moon. President was Lyndon Johnson. Vice President was Hubert Humphrey. The weather satellite relayed the first pictures back to Earth. Fiber optics were introduced. The home video tape recorder was introduced. And okay. I got my glasses on, I still can't hear. And I know this helped a lot of your Pampers were introduced.
Yes.
To compare the differences, a 3-bedroom home in 1966 cost $17,560. 1991, that's $94,300. Average income, $7,500 in 1966. 1991, it's $34,200. A new Ford cost $3,500. In 1991, $11,800. A gallon of gas in 1966 was 32 cents. Today they say it's $1.20. And milk was $1.12 a gallon. Today it's $2.72. And that's all we have to compare the differences. But one thing that will take us back to that year of 1966 at Walter F. Jordan High School, we have Bobby Gillis, who is going to lead us in singing the George High Fight song.
Now, Mock tied the window shade in Coach Gale's class for Bankston's belt loop. I don't know if y'all remember, when lunchtime came, if you fell down, you were dead. Because, everybody, boy, they were out to the thing. Old Bankston had the shade tied to his belt loop, and that bell rang, boy, and he jumped up and he pulled it off the wall. But now I ain't seen old Mock in a long time, but we were real good buddies, and I sat right back of him in Mr. Parker's English class. And Mock was good in school, but he never took math and English in the same year. He'll take math. He was PE and library and stuff, but old Parker was telling us one day, he said, he said to be knighted is a great honor to be bestowed on someone. And he was talking about like Sir Winston Churchill, people like that. And he said, could anybody tell us who someone recently, and you got to remember this is in '66, recently who's been knighted? Well, everybody in the class is looking down at the floor and over. They don't want to make any eye contact with Parker. And old Mock's up there just like this. Waving his hand, waving his hand. Finally, old Parker said, okay, Andy, who? And he said, Sebastian Cabot. And then, in Coach Olson's class, I think it was American history, similar circumstances, and Coach was, telling us about the authors and things like that. He said, could anyone tell us who the old Henry of the West was? And everybody's looking down at the wall. Except old Bob, boy, he's over there. He said, okay, Andy, who? He said, the Cisco Kid. Oh, man. We were talking about back there about the way the coaches were, kids nowadays. they couldn't play the way we played because no water, and they pump you full of these salt pills, and now they found out they tear your lining up in your stomach. One time we were out there, boy, I mean, our lips were all busted, no water, you know, dying of thirst, and they turned the sprinklers on at the end of the field. In the wind, there was while the wind would blow up, you could smell the water. And they called the play with old Joe, Joe Hall. Go down and cut across, you know. Boy, old Williams went back, he threw this pretty spiral pass down there, boy, old Hall just cutting it down through there. That old ball sailed right past Hall, hit the ground, he just kept running. He ran down there, fell face first in that water. But I had a lot of good times in school. This was a great class. I tell everybody, you know, 66, in my opinion, they had the best cars, best people, music, and I look back on it with fond memories, and I would take anything for it. As a matter of fact, I cried when I graduated because I knew the good time was over. And you talk to kids now, they're glad to get out of high school, but man, I could have went another 4 years. I mean, I had a really good time. And like I tell people, other than my parents and probably my pastor, the coaches there, they formed, you know, a lot of my opinions and the way I feel, and I just want them to know I appreciate what they did for me when I was young, because I think, you know, a lot of times now the authority and things have gone from our school systems and stuff, but I don't see how anybody could ever talk back to Coach Kell or Olson and Barr. I scared to death. Thank you, Coach Kell. I didn't call it no theology, not me. That's up to doctor. He'll have to handle that. But, and a few other things just to show you what a good time it was. You know, in '66, if you said you wanted some Coke, that meant a Coca-Cola. And if you talked about drugs, that meant going to the drugstore. And if you were gay, it meant you were happy. So, what are we supposed to sing now?
Yes, you got to lead it, Bobby.
No music or anything?
We don't need music.
Acapella or whatever it is?
Stand up, make them stand up.
Huh?
Stand up.
Oh, yeah, you gotta stand up.
You got to stand up for the fight song.
Go, go, Walter George, we are running for the cloud tonight. Oh, and fall and get the cloud. Every cloud and star will shine so fine, fine, fine for the orange flag. As we roll to our goal varsity, we will kick, pass, and run till the battle is won and bring on the victory. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Let's rock and roll! This thing goes on right on the shelf. I said to listen to the rhyme. The baby, they got the plane go. Like that all rock and roll. Don't try to take it.
there. Everybody look at me.